business owner? Entrepreneur? Want to learn how online marketing can improve your business?
Your questions.
Our advice.
This is Not a Real Job.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 95, Not a Real Job, a comedy podcast about side projects. I'm Chris Van Patten, and I make websites, and I'm in Buffalo.
I'm Joel Kelly, and I do content marketing for travel and tourism industries out of Nova Scotia, Canada. Having a good week so far, Chris. What about you?
I was going to take a nap, and then you texted me, and it's like, Chris, let's do the podcast. And I was like, I'm about to sleep.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you were in bed when I texted you?
I was.
Oh, why didn't you just continue to record from bed?
Because it would have been a very one-sided PCast.
I had a nap earlier today, but it was only like 20 minutes.
Yeah, see, I haven't done that. I was about to. I was going to, and then let's just do the podcast.
You know what's after this podcast? I'm probably gonna go for another nap. I'm gonna have a 2-nap day.
Well, aren't we fancy?
Well, I already did a walk for charity this morning, so I basically have done everything I need to do today, and I did some work, so I think it's now just sleep till tomorrow.
See, I have done a lot of eating today, so look who's winning now.
I guess you. I haven't done that much eating. I did, I guess, what people would consider a normal amount of eating.
Sure, especially for someone who doesn't eat most of the food in the world.
Yeah, exactly. No, most of the food is definitely all the meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly not wheat or anything like that.
Yeah, no. Ugh.
Ugh. Who eats wheat nowadays? What with GMO?
Mm-hmm. With all the
Gitmo.
All the Gitmos that are in our foods.
Mm-hmm. Do you worry about that a lot, Christopher?
Constantly. It's one of the many things that keeps me up at night.
Oh, your gluten intolerance that makes you have bad poops?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So should we, I don't know, and I'm getting this vibe, so I assume our listeners are as well if we end up releasing this episode, but I feel like you're not really into it this week. Do you think we should just postpone till maybe next month?
I was thinking more like 2016.
I'm going to take
I need a lot of
the
time
fact
to rest.
that the call dropped as a sign.
Are you still there?
I'm here now. That was a sign that we should definitely give up.
Oh, no. I'm into it now. What are you drinking?
All right. Well, Steve, make sure you include the part where I asked if the call dropping was a sign that perhaps we should give up.
Just include all of it. No editing this week.
Yeah, fuck it. Don't edit it.
Raw, uncut, unfiltered.
Take the week off.
You've earned it.
Yeah, but we're going to tell you about that while you've already started editing. You're going to find out during the podcast.
The quality is just going to drop off 3 minutes in.
Exactly.
It's just going to be terrible from there on out.
A bunch of hisses and clicks.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking vodka and gingered ale. What about yourself?
I'm drinking a Cider Creek cider.
Huh? Is that an alcoholic cider?
Yeah, a cider. Cider
right.
of the apple.
Right, but cider isn't necessarily alcoholic, is it?
Oh, this is an alcoholic cider. This is 6.9% alcohol by volume, so it's legit.
That's a lot of percentages.
Yeah.
That's like Canadian beer percent.
I thought Canadian beer was like 2%.
No, you have it the other way around. We have the high percent. You guys have the jokey nothing percent.
Now, are you including Coors in this?
Exclusively. That's the only American beer I'm aware of.
Got it. Okay, fair enough.
I need my beer Rocky Mountain Cold.
Mm-hmm. Sure. You need the can to change colors.
Everyone knows that. That's how you know it's cold enough. There's no other way to know whether a beer is ready unless the can.
Literally impossible.
Literally impossible. Unless, what are you taking? You taking a thermometer? What are you doing? You need some sort of visual.
And I mean, it is a thermometer in a way.
Exactly, a thermometer. It's a graphical thermometer.
It's a meter for the thermo.
Yeah. So that's what I'm drinking. You're drinking some cider. I thought we would spend this show mostly talking about just like how tired we are.
Sure. Well, I've got a reason to be tired. I know you never do.
No.
It's not like you work hard or anything.
I lead a life of leisure.
Indeed. I was in Canada this weekend.
I didn't see you.
I know. I looked for you, but no luck there. Yeah, I was up in Hamilton, Ontario, which is about halfway between Buffalo and Toronto.
Yeah.
And I spoke at a little conference there.
Huh. Did the whole town come out?
The whole town was there, all 10 of them.
That's nice. They love a good outing.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, it was a good trip. Bit of a tease because I don't know if you're aware of this, Joel, but on the drive between Buffalo and Hamilton, you can see Toronto pretty much the entire way.
Oof.
Across the lake there, and it's a bit of a tease.
So you decided not to just continue going into real cities.
There was a moment where I strongly considered, you know what? It's only 50 minutes away. Why don't I just go drive in? But unfortunately, just not enough time to do that this trip.
No, I get it. Sometimes when I'm on my way to Portland, Maine, I'll think maybe I should see the rest of this fair old country. But then I go, you know what? No, seen enough.
Do you go to Portland, Maine often?
I'm on what? No, I have not. No. Why would you go to Maine?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Maine is southern Nova Scotia. Like we've got plenty of Maine where we are.
Got it.
It's much of the same. Frankly, it's identical.
So speaking of places that you're going that are the opposite of where you are now, you're off to the Bahamas.
Okay, is that how you pronounce it? I've been killing myself worrying that I was gonna. So you think it's Bahamas?
Bahama. I'm pretty sure.
It could be Bahama though as well.
It could be Bahama. I don't know. There are a lot of options.
It could be Bahama. Yeah, I'm going to the Bahamas.
Oh, that's it. Nailed it.
I saw that on a TV show. I think that's how they say it. Yeah, I'm going to Nassau, Paradise Island, the Bahamas for almost a week. Tuesday to Sunday.
Wow. I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'd really appreciate some pity and sympathy about everything that I do for this job. It's killing me. It's killing me slowly. But what if I get a sunburn?
Well, maybe you shouldn't go.
I'm starting to think it might not be worth it.
Yeah, you don't want to take that risk.
I mean, there's a water park. I guess I could just swim. Probably. I guess I could do that. I guess I could maybe wander down to the One and Only Club and see the scene from James Bond Casino Royale where he's at the resort. Guess.
Maybe.
I guess I could go to Grey Cliff Cigars and Chocolatiers and watch people hand roll cigars. Maybe do a wine tasting.
I
don't know.
I feel so bad for you.
I don't know. I could go on the True Bahamian Food Tour. Maybe do a rum tasting at John Swatling's rum. I don't know. Ugh.
So what's the purpose of this visit?
It's a international. No, it's like a big partners meeting. So a bunch of the owners of like the resorts and stuff down there, the promotion board and their agencies, so including us, are going down for it. It's like a yearly kind of, everyone needs to see each other in person and figure out what we're doing next year. So, yeah.
Even though we're not even halfway through this year.
Right, but they have it in the summer. I assume for issues of vacancy and stuff, it's easier to get people down at the beginning of summer than during what might be the more peak season.
Gotcha.
Plus, I think I might be seeing Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett. Yeah, that might happen.
Hard life.
So that could be cool.
Yeah.
So Hamilton, though. How'd your talk go?
It was good. No complaints.
What did you talk about?
I talked about application development with WordPress.
That you can't do that, though.
You would think.
That's what I think. I believe it.
Sometimes it does feel like that, but in fact, you can. And I gave a little presentation about that. Yeah. That talk will at some point in the future be online at wordpress.tv. So, if you're interested, you can go there and check it out or check it out. Sorry. And yeah, let me know what you think.
Hello.
Yep.
All right. Got another little gap there, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. No one will notice.
Last I heard was WordPress.
Well, if you listen to the episode, you'll be able to find out what I said.
All right. Awesome. I guess we can pick up from 3, 2, 1. I gave a talk on Friday, but you didn't ask me how that went.
I didn't know. How did it go?
Why didn't you? It went good. Thanks for asking.
What was it?
I gave a talk on content marketing, how to turn content into revenue for a bunch of like CMOs and VPs of marketing for some big companies up here in Canada, some big universities, like IBM Canada and University of Calgary. And yeah.
Now, I didn't see you at the conference, so I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
Because you weren't there, right? Were you there?
I was at a different thing.
There were multiple things going on the same day in Canada?
Well, there's one in each province.
One in each province.
So you know what a state is?
I have yes, I'm familiar.
You've got your New Yorks, you've got your Alaskas, you've got your Hawaiis, you've got your Puerto Ricos.
Mm-hmm.
What we have in Canada is very similar. We've got, it's about 6.5 provinces, we call them.
What's the half?
Well, it's mean to say, but it's obviously Saskatchewan.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I
thought you were going to say Quebec because they've got 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out of the door.
That's exactly the problem. So yeah, I gave a talk in one of our provinces, the province that I live in. I gave a little talk about content marketing. It went over quite well, I think.
So when you give these talks, are you writing these talks from scratch every time, or do you repeat talks? How do you do that?
I just go on SlideShare and just Google whatever the topic is and just grab like the top result. Yeah,
that works.
No, this one, I've been kind of doing a variation on a similar theme. The basics remain the same, but new examples and kind of new content. So this one is kind of based on my the talk that I did in the UK, which is a much longer talk. This one was about 20 to 30 minutes. So yeah, I tightened it up, made it more relevant to the room and how people were talking. But yeah, it's typically if I'm giving a talk that's related to the last talk I did, it makes sense to refine one product than start from scratch. What about you? Are you just Googling for WordPress and giving top results, or what?
I Google, I click the top result, and then I basically just read the page. It works.
Mm-hmm.
No, I tend to give new talks every time. I try not to repeat a talk more than once.
Do you think people deserve that?
Probably not, but I'm a glutton for punishment, so so there you go.
Yeah.
It's fun. I spiced this one up quite a bit with pictures of cats and played some looping cat videos at the end. So
you did actually do that. I saw you post on Facebook that this was your intent.
Well, the Facebook post was that I was just going to show cat videos the entire time instead of making slides.
Right.
I did end up making slides, but I put lots of cat pictures into the slides, and then during my Q&A portion, I looped the video.
I didn't do that for mine. Now I feel like I made a huge mistake.
Well, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the non sequitur made people more interested because I had the last slot in the day. So it was 4:30, right before the after party. People are tired. They've been absorbing a lot of information. So I wanted to make it fun,
Did you do the requisite, I know I'm the only thing separating you from the beer?
I didn't say that exactly.
Oh, that's good.
But I definitely, I made the point.
Okay, good. Do you remember, I can't find the link now, but it was this dumb little website where you could put in, like using just bullets, an outline for a talk, and it would auto generate your slides, just taking like the most popular Google Images result for each word you use or phrase in your outline.
I have not heard that.
I need to find it. It was amazing. It was actually like shockingly good.
That could be very useful. I give a lot of these talks. Anything I can get to help out would be great.
Huh. Online
Although I'm thinking
slideshows. Is it the slideshow? No. That's not it. Anyway, go on. What?
I'm thinking this might be my last talk for the year. We're about halfway through the year, and I sort of burnt myself out last year on talks. So I think this year I might kind of tone it down a little bit. You know?
Why do you give talks? Why do you give talks?
Why do I give talks? I like to share my knowledge. I have a lot of it. It's pushing its way out of my brain. I gotta share it with the people. Why do you give talks?
Oh God, that was gross. The way you said that.
I'm sorry.
Why do I give talks? I guess I give talks for a few different reasons. Number one, to practice talking. It's
Joel, you don't need to practice.
Everyone needs to practice. To practice giving presentations and stuff, to become a better speaker, to get better at thinking on one's feet. I think the Q&A sections, especially, the most valuable part of a talk. Having people ask you questions live and having to come up with answers, I think is good. The other thing is to build local and international awareness of the company I work for, so we can get more clients and recruit more people to work at the company. And I think thirdly is just narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like everyone to know that I presented those three reasons out of order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would say that third reason is probably the most important reason for you, certainly, knowing you.
Oh, just me. Yeah, not you.
No. I have none of that.
You have no sense of self. Mm-hmm. You don't see your individuality as separated from humanity as a whole.
I don't see my reflection in mirrors. That's how serious this is.
So you're vampiric in nature.
Listen, it's a label. I don't necessarily like that label, but yeah, I don't. I don't see labels in mirrors either.
So what I'm asking, if I brought my label maker over and put like poop butt face on your mirror, you would see neither it nor your own reflection.
That is correct.
With the little arrow pointing towards you.
Actually, when I look at mirrors, pretty much the only thing that I see is just big slices of pizza. I can't explain it. You know, this is what it is.
Do you think you're seeing God?
Again, a label. I don't subscribe to labels. I don't see them in mirrors. You know, it's your words to God's crust.
So you are God. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. All right, Chris. Well, I think it's about time we moved into the gear section. And there's a reason I'm pushing us towards that right now. It's because I need to buy something new on Amazon. And I'm going to jump on some internet websites and find a portable hard drive. So here's the deal. Maybe you can give me some advice. Leah has one of those ancient Mac laptops, like the white ones, the white plastic ones.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been updated in about 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
Which means no external hard drive is formatted correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't move like from one to another. So the idea was I'll get her stuff off of this computer, which again needs to be plugged in constantly because the battery exploded. So I will get her stuff off this computer and onto another computer, but can't do that because hard drive formatting. Her browser is so out of date that Backblaze and everything else can't, and Dropbox can't upload files. So basically, there's nothing to get the stuff on this computer off of it so that we can back it up. So I'm about to buy a 2 terabyte Seagate Backup Plus Slim for $89 on Amazon, which I'm going to make my gear pick.
Cool.
What about you?
I'm going to put in the Kitty carbon monoxide alarm with digital display, battery operated.
Yours went dark.
Yeah, we've been having some issues with the gas at our apartment lately, and while the maintenance staff says that everything's fine and we have nothing to worry about, I'm not sure that I trust them. Yeah. So we just got a couple of these alarms, and we're putting them around the apartment just to make sure that everything is A-OK. And they are battery operated, which is a little bit of a pain, except that it's nice because carbon monoxide alarms, you should actually keep up somewhat high off the ground, at least a couple feet. Most people usually just get the plug-in kind, but those are really too low to do any serious detection. So I got these. These we can put up on a higher table or a shelf or something, and hopefully not die. So there you go.
All right. Excellent.
Cool. So this has been Not a Real Job. We're creeping up slowly on episode 100. We've talked a little bit in the background about what we're going to do, but if you've got ideas on how we can celebrate that, we would love them. And of course, if you want to send in your ideas, the place to do that is notarealjob.com/contact. You can also send in your questions for us to answer, notarealjob.com/questions. We're on Twitter at NargCast, at Chris Van Patten, at Joel Kelly. All of those links, of course, are on the website, notarealjob.com. What else? Facebook.com/notarealjob. We're on iTunes and Stitcher, notarealjob.com/iTunes or /Stitcher.
And I want to promote, so Joel Sharpton, who we've talked to and about many a times on this show. He does the podcast, the Pod on Pod podcast, and this new podcast called Me and the Geek, where every week he has another geek on to talk about a new product or something like that, or a new website. So last week's episode, Joel had me on to talk about the new Google Photos application. So look up Me and the Geek podcast, subscribe, and you can find the link to Me and the Geek in the show notes.
Awesome.
At joelkelly.ca.
Cool.
No.
Yeah, of course. joelkelly.ca. Go check out Joel's book.
But the show notes, you're not going to find the show notes there, though. Go to notarealjob.com for that.
Sure. All right. I think that is
Buy
it.
my book.
Buy his book, and we will talk to you next week.
All right. Bye, everyone. I love you.